We're live. Hey guys, I just wanted to make this video talking a bit about grief. And grief is something that is a natural thing. I haven't experienced it I have experienced it. I think we all have experienced it or will experience it in our lives. And it's a very unfortunate thing, grief. But grief comes with a mixture of emotions when you lose somebody or something, or you're grieving over something that's not there anymore. Hi, Bud Files, how's it going? Hello, sir. We're just talking about grief. And with grief, in the light of the situation, I don't want to get too personal with it, but I've noticed that a few people have passed away in the light of recent situations. I know grief is not a good thing. Grief is a thing that comes with a mixture of emotions. I'm not an expert on grief. I'm not a grief counselor or anything like that, but from what I've seen with grief, please feel free to add your own comments and stuff like that down below as I go live. But with grief, it's a mixture of emotions. It could be anger, confusion, the grief itself, denial. It could lead to some kind of substance abuse or anything like that if not tackled properly. But it's about recognizing those signs. Now, from what I understand, it's a mixture of emotions. And with these emotions, it's just best to, I don't think there's no right or wrong answer apart from don't go as far as substance abuse or anything along the lines of that. Not that I'm trying to say that people are doing that, but people do it, or they could turn to gambling or lashing out with anger and stuff like that. But I've noticed with grief, with a lot of people, they kind of like go in on themselves. Not everyone, some people handle it in different ways psychologically, don't they? Do you agree with me, Sue? Do you know what I'm talking about? I think you do know what I'm talking about, because you're an experienced person, Sue, in talking about grief and everything like that. But if you got anything to add, then please add it. But with grief, it's best to look up on the situation talking about grief. And in recent situations, I've had friends that have lost relatives, friends that have lost friends, and I've experienced grief myself, and still can't get over a lot of grief with a few things, especially when somebody passes away so young. Not that I've had anybody young pass away on me particularly that I know personally or anything like that, but it's like when you see the news, it's saying such and such passed away, that person's passed away, or anything like that. And for me, this might sound a bit silly or something like that, but I remember my first hand with grief was the loss of Owen Hart in wrestling. He died in 1999. He was only a young age of 32, I think, and he passed away from a fall on a live wrestling event, sort of thing. But for me, that I still can't phantom that always. And for those that do have grief in losing family members and stuff like that, and friends and stuff like that, I guess they can feel the same way as well. They just don't quite get over it. And especially from what I understand, people don't get over grief when it happens to somebody so young. Like if it was like a young family member or a sibling or somebody their own age, or a brother, a sister, a child. It was just unfortunate, everything like that could happen. But I just think to myself, when I see other people going through grief, I mean, I don't always approach them, because you never know what they're going through. But there is that situation where you can just say, oh, look, if you need to talk, I'll talk to you, sort of thing, and offer the olive branch and stuff like that. But it's not always that easy. It depends how well you know the person. And grief, some people just grieve in their own way and like just going on themselves. Also, my family, sadly, I lost my big half brother. This was when I was young. Hey, Tuber Chat, how's it going? Word up. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Please thumbs up the stream. We're talking a bit about grief today. It's a bit of a serious topic, but I've not lost anybody recently. Fingers crossed or anything like that. I just seem to be experiencing a lot of grief around with people around me at the minute. Word up. Shared on Reddit. Thank you, Tuber Chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. And with grief, when people have lost people, they should always open up to close ones. It shouldn't take something so tragic for people to open up anyway. But that's the way it happens sometimes. But when you do open up about the grief and about situations and how you're feeling, how you felt about a person, you can keep that memory alive. But it's the initial shock of it, isn't it? Because like I said, I'm not a grief expert or anything like that, but I know you can read up on it and stuff like that, or talk to a doctor or a therapist or a mental health carer or something like that about grief. But there are the emotions to go through with grief. I'm not saying you get over certain things, but things do happen in life with grief, and it is a very, very unfortunate thing to happen, because it's something that I dread in my life if some close people around me pass away at some point or something like that. But I'm not looking that far ahead. I'm just talking about here and now. It is inevitable that things will happen in life with grief, whether people pass away or aren't there anymore, whether it be a relationship, that's broken up, and sometimes you can grieve for that, because you can just be like, why did they leave me, and why am I in this situation now, so to speak. But I'm talking more about the grief of a loved one or a friend or friends passing away. Now, it's not nice, I know that. I know grief isn't a nice thing. And there's songs written about it, there's books written about it, there's vlogs about it, etc., about grief and how you feel with it. And it's best to do your research, because or watch a TV program because there's a lot of TV programs like that, maybe like soaps and films and stuff like that deal with grief. And then you can see the process the people go through, but you never really get over it, I don't think. I'm not the expert. I know I keep saying that and stuff like that, but when I watch like a program on television, I see somebody's lost somebody, and like they're dwelling on themselves, or they go off on the deep end and stuff like that. That's never good. But that's the anger side of things. And when you see the anger side and the denial side and just wanting to take their frustrations out in negative ways, that's never a good thing. But when you see it on TV or in a film or something like that, or on films like The Walking Dead, for example, when you see Rick Grimes lose his mind when he loses his wife Laurie Grimes in season number 3 of Walking Dead, spoiler there. But he lost his mind mentally. He was hearing voices. He was getting phone calls from, he thought was like another group or something like that. This is when they're in the prison and in The Walking Dead. Now, it's not just about The Walking Dead, I know that, but watching that show, people come and go, and people live, survive, sort of thing. I hope nothing in life's that extreme, even though we do get that extremeness in life. And we do get a lot of unfortunate events that do happen in life, etc., all the time, especially on the news. On the news as well, there's a lot of grief on there. There's a lot of suffering, which isn't nice. So I'm just saying, just please don't get too consumed by stuff on the news. That's another example, maybe a story for another day. But I like doing these talks, and I just feel as though grief is a process to go through. It's a process, it's an experience, it's an emotion. And for some people, losing like their parents and stuff like that, I'm not trying to say that about me or anything like that particular, or anything like that. I'm not trying to say anything in particular, because I'm in a good place at the minute, which I'm glad. So I like to talk about stuff like this from time to time. But when I, do hear about people passing away, and in the past family members have been in accidents or not here anymore, it's always about counting your blessings each day. Sue says, hi, Tuba Chat. It's about counting your blessings every day, trying to stay, I know it's easier said than done, but trying to stay positive in the light, trying to stay equipped mentally, and having that time to grieve. That's important. You must have time to grieve. If you're going to grieve, grieve. I'm not saying take it out on anybody or anything like that, or take it out on yourself in any particular way, but it does happen. Now, I don't want that to happen to anybody, not on my channel, not anybody watching this or anything like that. But I just feel as though grief is one of those things that everybody experiences at some point in their life. Grieving over a loss, or even a pet. That's upsetting. We've lost dogs and stuff like that. I know we've lost people in my family as well. Like we all have. I know we all have. I remember being really upset when I lost like my little bird when he passed away. When I was bawling my eyes out when I was a kid. I remember losing our budgie because of old age. And those emotions get processed when you do cry, and not everybody does it. But when you do let those emotions out, hopefully in healthy ways or not in aggressive ways, then that's part of the process as well. Now, I'm hoping this video can help somebody when we're dealing with grief. I know it's a serious subject. I know it is. But with just grief in general, it's kind of a journey. It is a process. It's a mix of emotions. It's anger, it's frustration. We get those every day sometimes. But on top of that, if there is other things in life dragging you down, it's about time to like seek help or write down the frustrations and look into what's making you tick or not tick, if you know what I mean. But I do get it. Grief, grieving, losing people, losing pets, losing loved ones, because it does happen in life. I know this is quite a serious topic of a video and stuff like that, dealing with grief. But I'm good. I just want you to know that I'm good myself. Fingers crossed. The sun's out at the minute. The weather's been a bit unpredictable, and then, well, when the weather's unpredictable, I feel a bit grief for the good weather sometimes. And when it gets dark at night, sometimes I don't like that either. But I'm doing good in myself. I've not got anything to complain about in particular or anything like that. And I just thought I'd get my feelings out there about how grief kind of works a little bit. So I'm hoping somebody can see this video in the future at some point and realise that you're not alone. I've got a few friends that are grieving at the minute. Some people are just leaving to it, and some people I just wish they'd reach out. And it is good to reach out. I mean, I'm not saying, definitely not saying don't reach out, but obviously I did say at the same time, some people you got to leave to it. But at the same time, with it being a friend, you think to yourself, I wish they'd open up, or at least let me in a little bit to what they're feeling a little bit, or at least understand that I'm there if they want me to be there. I'm just talking open and honest, like we should always do, guys. Grief is a kind of it's a horrible journey, but it's an experience in itself. It should be taken seriously. There are times to laugh as well, trying to think about things. I'm not trying to make it light-hearted of stuff, but sometimes hold on. If there were good memories, then try to hold on to the good times. Definitely hold on to the good times. Keep the memory alive somehow by doing something like raising money for charity, or doing a bit of art, or writing stuff down. Because grief is a universal feeling which is not exclusive just to one person. It's a human emotion reaction to tragedy. Now that's a bit serious for me for saying stuff like that, but I don't mind saying it. I just wish, I'm not going just yet, guys, but I just wish you all well in your journeys in life, everything that you feel you're a part of. And when one person dies, more than one person can feel it. If a person was well known, then a community will feel it. This is why we have tributes. We have tributes of those people that have been long gone, etc., etc. I mean, I thought it was pretty sad when the Queen died last year, and like, it was shocking. But life does go on. But I'm not saying that in a negative way, because life does go on to the point where you find healthy coping mechanisms. And that's what we're all after, really. Healthy coping mechanics and mechanisms. Otherwise, like I said before, it's not good to take it out on people, ignore people, be aggressive, or any kind of abuse. I'm just saying, let people in if you need it. Let it all out. Cry. Write it down. If you do get angry, do it in private, not publicly. Or go for a walk. It's all part of the mental health. It's all mental health. It's all mental health related. Very important, because it can affect your mental health as well, especially if you've got mental health that's waning and too much on for your day-to-day life. I think everybody's got something going off somewhere. I know you can't be happy-go-lucky all the time. It would be nice. But we deal with it. We deal with it the best that we can anyway. This is my video live stream on grief. People that are grieving at this point. Please do open up. Be honest. Look back with fondness, even though it can be shocking. Give it time. I think grief can get better over time, but it doesn't mean you ever forget them. And that's the important thing, is to never forget. And as long as you've not forgotten that person's still alive right here. I don't mean to sound cheesy or anything like that, but that person will always be alive in your thoughts through the magic of memories, art, video, anything along the lines of that. This is your pal John, saying peace. It's going to be signing out in a second. As soon as you think, oh no, it's on it. Anyway, this is your friend John, just talking about grief. Wishing you all well, and to those that have lost anyone, just want to say peace out. I hope things get better. I know we don't forget. I just want you to all know that if you have lost somebody at this point in time or in the past or anything like that, I am thinking of you. And I hope things do get better. And I just hope the memories are kept here with a safe key. Key to the heart. Nice memories. And learn. Never stop learning. Because when we learn, we can pass that wisdom on to our next generation. We should always be learning. We should always be thinking ahead, thinking forward, thinking about others mainly, which is what we are doing. Think about others, because it's the initial shock in it with grief. I know. It's understanding it, processing it, going with it. Just having a moment's silence. Just thinking. Thinking about life. And now you've got to make the most of it. For yourself, for others. Don't get stuck in your tracks. But we all do get stuck in the tracks from time to time, or it might happen on a regular basis. It happens to us all. I know that. Unfortunate things happen in life as well. I know that's not very nice either. And it's why we keep pictures of people, whether it be online, Facebook, photographs, like old style photographs, memories of people on their phone, through social media. In a magical way, it keeps things alive. It keeps things ticking. Then again, you get the memories that come up that you might not want to see again, but try not to think like that. People do go on, and then the grieving process just kind of, I don't say, we'll not say it just goes away. No. But you've got options every day to make yourself happy and to go on. As I said, the show must go on. Not that life is a game sometimes, or a performance. I know it's not always a good one, but we do get bright days. Today it's been raining, now it's sun shining. I even got the ring light on, and I can actually see for once on here. But show must go on. Grieving is a natural thing. I just want to say thank you for everybody that tuned in today. Everybody who's listened. Everybody who's appreciated the stream. Everybody who's given it a thumbs up. Anybody who's experienced grief in their life, I respect you. I hope things get better for us all. And I hope we're all doing well. So in the meantime, I'm signing out. This 25-minute live stream. Everybody, please stay safe, stay positive. Stay well, stay headstrong, don't be second best, and I'll see you soon. Take care, guys. See you in a bit. Bye. Thank you. Thanks. Bye.